Why, you don't like them, man?
They're alright, but I don't like them like that. Thin Mint, you eat them around like Christmas time or something, don't you?
Why would you eat Thin Mint around Christmas time, Fred?
Because that's when they mostly come out.
Thin Mints don't just come out on Christmas, Fred.
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints.
You mostly see them around Christmas time, baby.
Who said that, Fred?
I'm just saying, when I mostly see Thin Mints.
Wait, Girl Scouts come out, cookies come out year round, right?
Girl Scout, I guess.
No,
I guess.
Girl Scout cookies only
No,
come
but
out.
Girl Scout cookies, like, you'll see them coming out like bam. Bam.
What is the Girl Scout cookies come out like bam?
Like,
Bam.
you don't like, tell me where you can go buy a Girl Scout cookie at every day.
All you gotta do is go down there to one of them malls and you'll see them around there looking for folks like us looking for Thin Mints.
Oh, you talking about Thin Mint cookies?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
What Thin Mint was I talking about, Fred?
I thought you was talking about the little thin chocolate with the mint in the inside. Little candy things. It look like that,
A
though.
Thin Mint is a cookie, Fred.
Okay. This Thin Mint is a Girl Scout cookie.
Fred, oh shoot, here we go again. We ain't cleaning the house.
Nope.
There will be no pusher broom.
I guarantee you she won't do the pusher broom no more. Tell her what happened to you. Oh, you're so nasty.
I'm eating cookies. I'm eating mint Oreo cookies. Is this my pusher broom song?
I don't think that's your pusher broom song.
Fred gets screamed out.
Your pusher broom song was a different pace. Yeah.
Fred gets screamed out when it comes down to seeing
Gross stuff.
gross stuff. So I want y'all to understand, I am not giving away $5,000.
No.
There is no $5,000 giveaway. There is no orphanage. And if y'all fall for that buffoonery, shame on you.
Shame on
I'm going to put you at the top of my prayer list because y'all know better. You see my name is spelled all jacked up. I've been Caucasian.
Amela.
No, I've been Caucasian. I've been Indonesian. I've been African. I'm African American. I've been Chinese. I've been everything. The person that y'all see every morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Fred not confused because folks is falling for this.
He's still falling for it.
They're falling for it, Fred. I shouldn't talk my mouth
Yeah,
full, right?
you shouldn't do that. And she keeps sitting this post side. She's constantly watching her page, trying to protect people, constantly doing all the little artwork, sending it back, and folks still fall for it.
They still fall for it. So,
Lord have mercy. Giving out your banking information.
please
Where
don't
in the
do that.
world?
Who does that?
Who in the
Don't
world gives
fall
out
for
your
that.
banking information?
It doesn't make no sense.
On Facebook.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make it doesn't.
Lord have mercy.
Someone said, wait, how many times Pastor gotta say that, y'all? Shelly M. Dixon, thank you. She put it in my inbox as well as a bunch of other people. Now, somebody said reading is fundamental.
She said it. We ain't fooling.
She said reading is fundamental. That means y'all ain't even reading it. Y'all just see my picture. Y'all know people do that. This one guy, listen here. I don't care if you share whatever you got to share, but please don't cut my head off and put it on no porn and nothing crazy like that. People do all kind of things on Facebook. We use our website, which is very safe. But y'all falling for this stuff. But nonetheless, Fred and I were having a dialogue. And we were talking about how hard it is for people to recognize good people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so,
You ain't got nothing drinking that, baby, do you?
yes, I do.
No.
The big hip, the big hip, the big hip, the big hip. they gonna pull it. I can't forget. No way, I'll catch you down.
You can't say nothing.
I can't say nothing. So sometimes you can't recognize good people. It's because you're not really watching what they have done, even to somebody else.
Give me an example, baby.
Because sometimes patterns are meant to be followed.
Right.
And so it's just like when you have, when you go for a job and they want to know, give me a character reference. I have something called a character reference letter from my attorney. She is Lorraine L. Poster. And did I just give my attorney? Well, yes, I did. But she
some business.
Well, she knows. Brown and Brown. She's awesome. And so she gave me what you call a character reference letter. It is a letter that she has her Esquire sealed on that lets people know what type of individual that you're dealing with. Attorneys don't normally do that. However, do you know in a job, you need a letter of reference? I think we're going to ask members who come from other churches for letters of reference.
Leaders definitely.
Yeah. Some of you bastards, y'all need to ask people for a letter of recommendation. If you can't get a reference letter from a church that you left,
where you come from,
that
what
means
you want,
right? What you doing?
What you trying to do?
That means that you was fired from a church. Pastors, you need to get a letter of reference from another organization or another church where people come and they talk about they want to work on your auxiliary or do anything. Because 9 times out of 10, the fruit is going to follow, whether it be bad fruit or good fruit. You have to understand that sometimes when people want to come into your life, you need a reference who you used to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you deal with that person and you find someone else that dealt with them, the worst thing you could do is say, I'm going to judge them based upon how they treat me. 9 times out of 10, if their reference is shot across the board, that means you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that can say the same thing. Just hold on. That person gonna show you who they are. It is so true that when you want to know a person, believe who they are. I remember being in a situation and a person told me out of their mouth, look at this buffoonery here. The devil is a liar. These billboards kill me. I remember when a person told me who they were. And I took, well, I'm not going to base them upon what happened in their last circumstances. I'm going to wait and see what happens. And unfortunately, that individual's history followed them. And some of you have got to watch a person's history. You got to say, how did they treat that last individual? What happened? Right. It's not that you want to be nosy.
Right.
You just want to know what happened. You want the tea. Let's be honest. Some people want the tea. But some people want to know really how did you treat that individual? You want a character reference letter. Right, friend?
Yeah. You want to find out. It's all right to ask questions about partners. You've dating somebody, ask them about their past relationship.
You should.
You know, I'm gonna say this. You know, if a person, and this ain't no dig against nobody, shade against nobody, I ain't got nobody in mind. But if a person then been married numerous times, you need to find out whether they are the common denominator or not.
Right.
You got to find those things out. If they're in a relationship and they've been in a bunch of relationships, you got to find out whether they're the common denominator or not, or is it you the one with the bad, picker?
The bad picker.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for not judging me.
I'm not judging you.
No, because I mean, honestly, true.
No, but I believe it's like you said. If a person tells you who they are,
believe them.
Believe them.
But what happens, even in our case, this is not our first rodeo.
Right.
And so sometimes you can say, okay, was I the problem? And now that you're in a marriage with me and you're looking at my fruit.
I know you wasn't the problem.
What you say?
I know you wasn't the problem.
Say that again for the people in the back.
She wasn't the problem.
Sometimes you have to let that person get to know you, even in dating. And before you do that, know just a smidgen of history of where they came from.
Yes.
So you can watch if those red flags show up early. I thank God that my husband knew who I was, one, but he knew the history when I came to him and realized, unfortunately, for some people, not other, she was not that common denominator. You gotta know people's history. Marriage and relationship is a collision of two histories. And you've got to know that person's history before you get involved.
Right.
Ain't that right?
Well, I think, and another part is, like, I think our circumstance is special, but it doesn't mean that it's not applicable to you guys, to a lot of people out there.
Right.
Because I also knew, you know, from knowing a bit about her father and knowing her sister, I also knew her bloodline.
Okay.
So knowing the type of character that was in her bloodline also helped me to know her. Right. Because I think a lot of times you get involved with a person, you don't know, they can talk about their past relationships, but not talk about themselves enough. So you can't adjust, you can't know them, you can't really get in a relationship or become relatable to them because you can't get deep enough.
I believe that sometimes when you are getting to know a person and you get to know them and they keep talking about what the other person did, they did this, they did this, they did that, they did that, and they did this to me, and they did this to me, and they did that. Sit back and listen. Listen really clearly, because if they keep saying what they did and not for once take accountability or take account of what they did, there's a cause and there's an effect. There's a response to what was done to an individual. No, you don't judge, but at least you want to know. Oh my gosh, I don't know if this was real news or not, but I was reading a story where this man was incarcerated and he got out. He was 17 years old, and unfortunately he took the life of a young girl when he was 17. He got out because they said that he was not, because, you know, back in the day,
he was a kid.
Yeah, they didn't, you know what you're doing, but
him as a kid.
They didn't have the technology that they have. So he was out early. He got married again and murdered the young lady that he married, unfortunately. It was going on my timeline. But if you would know the history, now do you judge? No, you don't judge, because everybody has a right to you know, a second chance. However, you watch.
Because guaranteed
as well as pray.
It was something else.
Yeah. If you look at a person, they always say, well, they did this and they did this and she did this and she did this and they did that and he did this and he did that. And it's all about them, and they did this to me and they did me. 9 times out of 10, they're hiding the truth, because it takes 2 individuals to cause something to happen. 2 people got to fight. 2 people got to disagree. The cause and the effect. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't just that one person.
But I think, you know, in everything, baby, you always was both of us was accountable. Like,
yeah. If I did it, I did it.
We didn't talk about, you know, past relationships like we didn't have anything to do and we was the innocent party.
Right.
Both of us had to grow through those things.
Yeah.
And it's like I say it, and I'll probably keep saying it and repeating it through marriage conferences and everything.
Right.
If you've gotten divorced and you didn't take anything that made you better out of divorce, even though you might have been the one that's wrong, you ain't learned nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it says to me that there was still plenty things that I look back at myself and say, Fred, you could have did that better.
Right.
You could have did that better. You could have noticed this better.
Right.
You could have noticed that better. Not to say that I was still supposed to be with that person. I'm with who I'm supposed to be with. Right. But I become a better man by now reflecting on those things. So both people got to take a conscience. Yeah. And it ain't always good, because I'm the type of person. I would have been happy if she ain't told me nothing. I'm just not the dude that's like, you know, tell me about this and tell me about that. And, you know, some of y'all Negroes like, how many people you done slept with? You know, and all of this. People do that dumb type of stuff. I told her, I say, listen, I don't go in no closet. I don't dig.
He said that. He said, I don't dig. However, I'm going to say this. Digging, I get it. That's up to the individuals. But you got to be prepared for what you find.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you digging 9 times out of 10, you looking for something, and you better be careful, because you may find something that you ain't ready for. Right. If you're digging, be responsible enough to receive what you found and handle it accordingly. Yeah. Accordingly. You've got to handle it accordingly. Digging is for the mature people. Yeah. And I ain't saying I wasn't mature. I just loved her. I love her so much, and we was talking about it. I love her at that time so much. Yeah. I ain't want to know nothing. I'm like, I'm good. We fresh. We got something fresh, brand new, clean slate. Your past, and
My past, that's
Right.
it.
Thank God for you. Ooh.
What, baby?
We gonna hurry up, and let's get to the road. Hurry up. So I'm gonna say this before we get off of here. When you're getting to know someone, check the Carfax. Check the Carfax.
Look at the rubber flag, baby.
Ain't that it? Pull over. We ought to pull that down. See, that's just demonic.
Yeah,
The Confederate flag is.
Passing through Georgia.
Now you done just messed up my mood.
I'm sorry.
No, you ain't sorry.
Shift, baby, shift.
You felt the shift. They got that thing flying like that. Dang, man.
Get back over there. Talk about love. Talk about relationship.
Love the vote. How about that? Love the vote. Amen. Say amen.
Amen.
Love the vote.
Amen.
Check the Carfax. Check the Carfax. Just get a little information and take what you found and stick it in the back of your mind and hold it there in case the very thing that someone, quote unquote, warned you about. If you see that red flag, you know that you have got to do something before you take your relationship, whatever ship they on, any further. Let it stay docked until you find out the Carfax. When people tell you who you are, who they are, believe them.
Please believe.
I was in a situation where the Joker told me who he was from the door. I saw red flags, horns, whistle, bells, and as a prophet, I heard God. And I'm going to be honest enough to tell you, I disobeyed God and did it anyway. Because in my mind, I thought that I could change. In my mind, I thought, and God said, because my grace and mercy is sufficient, I'm going to give you one good last chance. And you will never, ever be here again if you obey me this time. And I did. Say, hey, Fred.
Hey, y'all.
So I'm saying some of you have to be accountable that you did not check the Carfax before you got involved. You did not check the Carfax before you begin a friendship. And what you don't do is you go back and befriend people again that hurt you the first time.
Or they checked it, saw it, but overlooked it because of what they wanted.
Yeah, ain't no good thing in the flesh. There's good things in these mint Oreo cookies y'all need to try. I'm getting off here, Fred, because I want to finish my cookie.
All right.
Taste it.
I don't want none
Fred,
of
just
that. I don't want no mint cookies.
Just take it.
Mint is not meant to be in cookies. Mint is peppermints.
Why would you say that?
They for breath.
So you mean to tell me, Fred, you won't taste it?
I don't want to taste it.
Go ahead, just take a taste. It's good. I tasted on raggedy bullet juice.
You ain't taste them shrimp though.
Why you want my esophagus to swell shut? Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to kill me off, Fred?
With your esophagus to...
You trying to kill me off, Fred?
No.
Taste it, Fred. Just take a...
Baby.
Come on.
Oh.
That's good, right? It tastes like a Thin Man.
It's all right, but I still don't like it.
Oh, you want another one, right?
And we ain't got no water.
Just take
Now I
it.
gotta stop and get some water.
Well, here. Wash it down with that.
Gracious.
What coupling? You didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
I don't like them raggedy bullets, but I tried one anyway.
You did try Mascadine.
They're nasty. Nigga, them grapes.
In Florida.
Them grapes. Nigga, them grapes. Anyway, we gotta get off here. In Florida, little mastermind. Them grapes up north, those are called grapes, Fred. We gotta go. Mastermind. Nigga, them grapes.
The Mascadine, them bullets.
Nah, they grapes. Anything that got the word bullet, you shouldn't be responsible for eating anyhow.
They call bullets because they fire off in your mouth and they taste good.
And they make your tongue itch. And they make you, anything that you eat, they make your tongue itch and your throat itch. It's not, you take a risk in food. You know that, don't you? I love y'all.
Bye, y'all.
We gotta go. Hey, Fred.
You gonna eat some mushrooms with me?
What is it? Mushroom is fungus.
She says mushrooms are fungus.
Mushrooms are fungus.
How many of y'all eat fungus? How many of y'all eat mushrooms?
If you eat enough of those, it's gonna give you a yeast infection.
That's not true.
It is. It's a fungus.
That's not proven, baby.
It's a fungus.
So it's proven that if you eat a lot.
Yeah, for women. It causes candidiase. And I said candidiase.
Is it candidiase?
Is it candidiase? Yeah.
That's a word?
Why you like, yeah.
Candidiase?
Am I saying it right?
I don't know. I ain't never heard the word.
Google it. Just like you go Google them nasty grapes. Mascodon. Where I go? Look at these people, Fred. Oh, no, he did not. Fred, look.
He cheating.
No, he got a wheelchair sign in the back of his.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
That's right. He can park anywhere he want to park at.
No.
It's a Harley Nation out here.
He has a wheelchair.
It's a Harley Nation out here.
Fred, the only woman he's allowed to ride is Harley. He has a Harley and he loves it. I have a question for you. Can you do that? The man has a wheelchair license plate and he's riding a Harley. Now, wait a minute. Don't judge me.
3-wheel. He has a 3-wheeler, baby.
You could still ride him.
He has a 3-wheeler. It would make sense. It's a 3-wheeler. It ain't like a 2-wheeler that he got to try to hold up.
Can you do? Is that safe?
A 3-wheeler?
What if he can't walk?
Well, no. Now that's saying that he can't walk far. It says that he has an ailment. That's what the little wheelchair thing is.
He has an ailment.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily meaning he can't walk.
But a 3-wheeler is like a,
We gotta make sense
like a
of
wheelchair.
this.
It's like
right?
a wheelchair on wheels. It's like a Harley on 3 wheels.
So let's come on. Let's use logic. A person that cannot walk would actually get on a 3-wheel bike.
He can walk, baby.
That's
he just
dangerous.
can't walk far.
I don't know. We got to debate this. Pull over because I'm going to ask him. I'm going to roll down my window.
I am not finna mess with that man. That man riding his Harley motorcycle.
No, I'm saying, I mean, you can look at it. It's two things. That's a wonderful thing that he doesn't let his disability disqualify him from things that he's always wanted to do.
And he got his arms cut out. Got the arms cut out. Got the meat hanging. He's just happy. He a happy man.
Yes, I'm worried about endangerment. You talking about the man happy on a Harley? We're gonna figure this out.
That man.
I'll tell you about it later. Fred, I don't know. I think that's very dangerous.